Hello everyone, and welcome back to the EPFA Cup 2022 here in Geneva, Switzerland, as we ready ourselves on pitch A for the second game of the day, as our match officials lead Switzerland and Spain onto the field of play. Of the 3 games that Switzerland have played so far, they have lost all. The opening fixture, they succumbed to a 15-0 defeat at the hands of Scotland. And yesterday, 2 games against Italy and Belgium were lost 8-1 and 10-1 respectively. Spain have kick-started their first ever international tournament in extremely impressive fashion, recording a 3-1 win over Austria in their opening fixture, followed by an action-packed 1-1 draw with Scotland yesterday evening. So let's go through the teams, starting with Switzerland, followed by Spain. Number 1 for Switzerland, Gwendal Del Place. Number 2 is Christian Bloch. Number 8 is Gabriele Panico. Number 10 is Bekir Ganiji. Number 14 is Emanuele Ratz. Number 33, Mathieu Courvoisier. Their coaches are Florian Tissier and Altrin Recipe. Let's go through the teams of Spain. Start with the number 1, Victor Gil Vidal. Number 2, Aaron Turalbo Sanchez. Number 3 has been arguably their player of the tournament thus far, Samuel Gro Garcia. Number 4 is Joaquin Guerra Iglesia. Number 5 is Camillo Nicolas Sina Terribli. Number 6 is Manuel Del Rey Coletto. Number 7 is Radwan Boujaboud. And number 8 is Manuel Hernandez Alcaide. Their coaches, Jan Gro Garcia and Javier Belda Ramon. Our match officials here for the second game on pitch A in day 3 of the EPFA Cup 2022. In the centre, from Austria, Nordin Subovic. And first and second assistants in Mika Wolston and Antoine Vergier from Finland and France respectively. The 4th official here for this fixture is Valeriano Delgado Ramirez from Spain. As has been mentioned many times on my commentary so far, just to give you some context of this competition, we will see across this week, we are seeing the national sides of Switzerland, Scotland, Austria, Italy, Germany, Belgium and Spain all compete for 3 available spots at the next EPFA Nations Cup, which is the European Championship equivalent for power chair football. Every team through Monday through till Thursday will play one another in a round-robin style tournament. And the teams that finish in positions 1 to 4 will automatically progress to Thursday's semi-final, where first will play 4th and second will play 3rd. The teams that finish in 5th, 6th and 7th will play a second round-robin style tournament to determine them respective placings. Over on pitch B, streamed across Goals Beyond Grasses, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Twitch, Belgium have just secured a 4-0 win over Italy, making it 3 for 3. They're a real force to be reckoned with in the EPFA Cup 2022. It must be worth noting that the game between Scotland and Belgium on Court B later today will be one of the games of the tournament. I have no doubt this tournament would not be possible without the support of our fantastic partners. A particular comment And thank you to UEFA Goals Beyond Grass, the Lotterie Romande. This EPFA delivered event is sanctioned by our world governing body FIFA and also supported by Power Soccer Shop. When I have the exact 4 of the teams as they actually are placed on the pitch as I speak, it looks like the Swiss will line up with Emanuele Ratz in the goalkeeper jersey for Switzerland. They'll have Gabriele Panico, the number 8, Bekir Ganigi, the number 10, and Christian Bloch, who's up at the top of your screens currently. For Spain, number 6, adorning that bright yellow goalkeeper jersey, is Manuel Del Rey Coleto. They have number 2 on the field of play, Aaron Turalbo Sanchez. Joaquin Guerra Iglesia and the ever impressive Samuel Gro Garcia, looking to make it another impressive fixture. Okay, there has been a change in the officials for this fixture, so I'll just run through them quickly. In the centre is actually Tony Christensen, first and second official of Mark Kerrison and Robert Byrne, and the 4th official here this morning is Niels Christensen Simonsen. So we had a fantastic opener on pitch A earlier this morning, where Austria and Germany played out a very entertaining 2-2 draw, hoping for more of the same. Spain desperately seeking one of those top 4 placings to automatically confirm their spot in the EPFA Cup 2022 semi-finals. Switzerland surely looking to secure a win within the week. They have scored 2 goals in this tournament. We're looking to add to that tally as Emanuele Ratz readies herself to kick off proceedings in this EPFA Cup 2022 round-robin stage game between Switzerland and Spain. An assured kick-off sends it deep into the Spain half, taking the pressure off her and her defenders. Panico does well to limit the space of Del Rey Coleto. Christian Bloch continues the pressure. Gro Garcia looks like he's playing a very defensive position, unlike that of the games he's played thus far. He's very influential in both defence and attack, so an interesting tactical setup from the Spanish. As I mentioned, competed in their first ever European competition in their relative infancy as a power chair football nation, I believe, only been formed for just over a year. As Emanuele Ratz comes over, an opportunity here for our host Switzerland to take the lead within the first 2 minutes. Gabriele Panico at the back post, Christian Bloch just in front of Emanuele Ratz. Emanuele Ratz fires it into the space. Samuel Gro Garcia clears, and Aaron Turalbo Sanchez goes all the way into the Swiss box. Bekir Ganigi called into action. He has to be alert. There's a space behind his chair. And Aaron Turalbo Sanchez in the first minute and a half puts Spain 1-0 up against host Switzerland. Quick counter-attacking play from the Spanish, who are climbing up the EPFA Cup 2022 table, trying to keep up with Belgium and Scotland. Emanuele Ratz to take the resulting kickoff. Well cleared by Joaquin Guerra Iglesias, goes all the way back to Bakir Ganiji, back to Del Rey Coleto. Over to Ralbo Sanchez, goes out for a Spain kick in. Aaron Turalbo Sanchez to take the kick in. He has Del Rey Coleto in support in the yellow goalkeeper jersey of Spain. He opts for putting it in the space. Goes out for a Switzerland kick in. Manuela Latz comes over to take. Just switches positions with her number 2, Christian Block, who will assume responsibility. Gabriele Panico very isolated up the pitch for Switzerland as he tries to put it into the side of the chair of Emanuele Ratz, and an assured clearance from Manuel Dario Coleto. We'll see play resume with a Switzerland kick in. Turalbo Sanchez just knocks the ball off the side of Emanuele Ratz's chair. So at around half past one, on Pitch B, streamed across Goals Beyond Grasses, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch, Scotland will play Belgium in that Clash of the Titan fixture. Anyone wanting to watch that, please visit social media. EPFA's Facebook has all the details, and that will be in an alternate language to try and accommodate our Belgian friends. Four and a half played. Switzerland 0, Spain 1. As Joaquin Guerra Iglesias comes over for the kick-in. He has Manuel Del Rey Coleto snugly between the chairs of Christian Block and Emmanuel Ratz. Aaron Turalbo Sanchez unmarked at the back post. If Del Rey Coleto can act as a shield and a feint to see the ball over to the Spanish number 2, Bakir Ganiji has left a big space. Just takes a vital nick off the front of Emmanuel Ratz's chair. And now Del Rey Coleto will resume the attack into Turalbo Sanchez. Couldn't quite get the timing on that rotated spin kick to force an effort at goal. And Christian Block for Switzerland will take the resulting kick in. Block into Emmanuel Ratz. Joaquin Guerra Iglesias trying to find a way past the Switzerland goalkeeper, playing in an advanced position, adorning that green goalkeeper jersey. 2-on-1. Referee deemed Guerra Iglesias and Del Rey Coleto to be closer than the 3-meter distance needed for play to resume. Emmanuel Ratz has Block in support. As has been mentioned, Gabriele Panico very isolated up the pitch. He just presents a better option. And a missed kick from Manuel Del Rey Coleto forces Samuel Gro Garcia into action. Well played by Christian Block to condense them Spanish defenders. The referee has no choice but to award the 2-on-1 infringement in favour of Switzerland, and a chance here for them to level the tie. Christian Block to take. Gabriele Panico at the back post. Emmanuel Ratz just trying to get to the front of Guerra Iglesias' chair. fires it into the space, into the Spanish box. Gabriele Panico is going to try and force the opportunity round Gro Garcia, but Emmanuel Ratz encroached on the Spanish defenders, and the 2-on-1 is eventually awarded in favour of Spain. Manuel Del Rey Coleto to take. Taralbo Sanchez just in front. Guerrero Iglesias, who he opts for, to his left. Fantastic control to see off the advances of Christian Bloch. If he can make his way up that left-hand wing and fire a ball over to Taralbo Sanchez on this right-hand side. Bloch puts it into the space. Del Rey Coleto fires it up the pitch, intercepted by Christian Bloch. Them Spanish defenders very condensed. You have to try and iron that out of their game prior to more intense fixtures to come. Emmanuel Ratz to take the indirect free kick for Switzerland. Del Rey Coleto. Bloch just trying to pressure the Spanish defence. And Gabriele Panico force an opportunity for our hosts. Manuel Del Rey Coleto does well. Just goes to the right of Gabriele Panico's chair. Can he keep that in play? He does. Advances all the way deep into the Switzerland half. Too much pace on that ball though for him to control. And we're going to get our first substitution of the game. And it looks like the number 2, Aaron Taralbo Sanchez for Spain, will leave the field of play in place of number 8, Manuel Hernandez Alcaide. So good chance here for Spain. For all those wanting to know, it's a very action-packed day here in Geneva, Switzerland. 5 games on both pitch A and pitch B. This game on pitch A will be followed by Austria versus Switzerland at 2:30 local Swiss time, so please make the relevant adjustments needed as Manuel Del Rey Coleto attempts an effort at goal, but Bakir Ganiji had his front post covered, as I was saying, at 2:30 local Swiss time, so 1:30 if you are watching this from the UK. Austria plays Switzerland at 4 on pitch A, Germany plays Scotland, and at 6:30 a really interesting fixture between Germany and Spain will be here on pitch A, streamed across the European Power Chair Football Association's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Twitch. Emmanuel Ratz to take the goal kick. The Spanish attackers have all condensed there, but a fantastic goal kick just to clear it out of any danger zone for Switzerland. On pitch B behind us, streamed across the Goals Beyond Grass channels. Scotland will shortly be playing Belgium. Highly recommend that fixture for anyone wanting to watch 2 of the tournament favourites. At 3 o'clock, Spain will play Italy. At 5, Belgium will play Austria, and 6:30, Italy will play Scotland. So Manuel Del Rey Coleto tries to find a way past Christian Bloch, but he puts up a stubborn wall and defence. He has Manuel Hernandez Alcaide in support to his left. Should he opt? Alcaide over to Guerrero Iglesias. Too condensed from the Spanish players, and the referee was just reversed into by the Swiss goalkeeper Bakir Ganiji. Just has to walk that one off. Looks a sore one. I can assure you any contact with power chairs is unforgiving. I'm speaking from experience. And the referee, Tony Christiansen, just signals that earlier 2-on-1 that goes in the favour of Switzerland. Spain's attempts to outnumber the Swiss defenders was at the detriment of that 2-on-1 infringement. As Emmanuel Retz, the number 14 for Switzerland, takes the resulting free kick into Christian block, but Manuel Del Rey Coletto intercepts. An option here. Guerrero Glazier is there in support in the centre. Has to let that go. Would have been surely a 2-on-1 infringement had he pursued it any further. I'd really like to see Spain experiment and possibly put Samuel Gro Garcia out on the field of play. So influential when he is playing a more central advanced position. Del Rey Coletto goes over the line for Switzerland. Options on the bench for both sides. Spain yet to use Camilo Nicolas Sina Terribli, who's been bright in Spain's fixtures so far, and Radwan Bujabud, the scorer of one of their goals against Austria yesterday afternoon. As Del Rey Coletto rotated spin kick into Al-Qaeda, but just gets lost in between the chairs of Christian Bloch and the Spanish number 8, and it rolls out of play. We're going to get a substitution here for Spain. We may get that experimentation. We see Samuel Gro Garcia advance up as Victor Gil Vidal readying himself for the fixture against Switzerland comes on. He played a very defensive position for Spain. It looks like they're opting to adopt him and in a more advanced position in this fixture as Christian Bloch takes a very deep kick in. Manuel Del Rey Coletto, rotated spin kick, blocked by Emmanuel Rat. Is it a chance here for Switzerland to counter? She's got Gabriele Panico high up on the left-hand side. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Switzerland 0, Spain 1. Very assured defending from the Swiss as Emmanuel Rat has to come back, has to be careful. And the referee deems that 3 in the box. Christian Bloch encroached on the hazard tape, designating that goal area of the Swiss. And we're going to have a free kick here and a chance for Spain to double their advantage. With just over 4 minutes remaining. The Switzerland defence much improved from that of Monday's opening fixture against Scotland and their defeats yesterday against Italy and Belgium. Definitely making adjustments and improvement. So it's really, really promising to see. Must be noted that there is only two league teams competing in Switzerland. They only have 9 players in total. So for them just to be here is reassuring as it just comes off the back of Al-Qaeda's chair. And almost immediately since his introduction, Gil Vidal scores, but the referee waves his hands to disallow it. Felt that the Spanish players outnumbered the Swiss, and a 2-on-1 infringement is awarded in favour of Switzerland. You can see the relief on the faces of the Swiss coaches as they maintain that 1-goal deficit. The Swiss coach to my right just signalled for a substitution. It looks like number 1, Gwendo Del Place, readying himself to come on the field of play. Del Rey Coletto picks out Gil Vidal, who strikes the ball to the right-hand side of Bekir Ganiji. Almost instantly since his introduction, had 1 goal disallowed just moments ago. Makes amends with that one. Switzerland 0, Spain 2. 3 minutes remaining in this first half. As suspected, number 1, Gwendal Del Place readies himself, but they're just going to wait for another break in play before his substitution. Emmanuel Ratz to take the kick in and get play underway. Going to get that substitution now. And it's going to be Gabriele Panico, the number 8 for Switzerland, coming off in place of Gwendal Del Place. I can assure you, Gwendal Del Place has fantastic support here in Switzerland. They absolutely love it. If he was to get a goal at some point in this tournament, the roof would be raised. It's Christian Bloch readies himself for a Switzerland kick in with 2 minutes remaining. Emmanuel Ratz intercepted by Victor Gilvidal. And he did well to drive in the space of the 2 Switzerland players. And a 2-on-1 is awarded in favour of Spain. We're going to get a substitution now. And Samuel Gro Garcia, who's almost had little to no touches in this half, comes off the field of play. And it will be Joaquin Guerra Iglesias coming on. Spain yet to use Camilo Nicolas Sina Terribli or Radwan Boujaboud. Just making some adjustments. Just grabbing that captain armband off of Samuel Gro Garcia and adorns it on the left arm. Joaquin Guerra Iglesias, who will take Garcia's position in goal. Del Rey Coleto with the free kick down to Victor Gilvidal. Couldn't get the direction on that shot, and Christian Bloch prevents the Spanish attack initially. Alcaide, unfortunate from Del Place as it sits up for Manuel Hernandez Alcaide, but Christian Bloch and Emmanuel Ratz put up a stubborn Swiss wall, so he's going to have to find another way round if he wants to register Spain's third. He's trying to weave his way in between the Swiss defenders. An option for Del Rey Coleto if he can find the angle for a shot. Alcaide blocked by Emmanuel Ratz. Very congested in this final third. Spain kicking. We're in additional time now. Just a bit of miscommunication between the officials as Christian Bloch came over to take that Spanish kick in. And the adjustment from Mark Harrison sees that Manuel Hernandez Alcaide comes over to take. Just switches now with Victor Gilvidal. Surely the last phase of play in this first half fixture between Switzerland and Spain. Gilvidal into Del Rey Coleto, just tries to guide it over to Manuel Hernandez Alcaide, but intercepted by Christian Bloch. There's a gap there at the front post, but Del Rey Coleto opts for the more central player, but it's not enough time as referee Tony Christiansen blows his whistle for half time. An assured half from Spain, and much better defending, it must be noted, from our host Switzerland, who will take huge positives from that. Switzerland 0, Spain 2. Hello everyone and welcome back to this soon-to-be second half between Switzerland and Spain. Currently separated by 2 goals from our challenger Spain, scored by Terralbo Sanchez and Gil Vidal. An adjustment to the lineup of Spain in the half-time interval. It looks like Samuel Gro Garcia has come on once again and takes a position centrally where he was so influential yesterday. It looks like Camilo Nicolas Sino Terribly on the ball now, has entered the field of play for the first time today. Aaron Terralbo Sanchez on the left. And it looks like they have a keeper as Gro Garcia finds Terralbo Sanchez on the left. Bakir Ganiji has to try and clear. Terribly all the way over to Terralbo Sanchez at the back post. He can't quite get the accuracy on his shot to put Spain 3-0 up. Apologies. As was mentioned, their goalkeeper is Joaquin Guerre Iglesia. Switzerland unchanged from that finished the first half. So the most defensive player in Bakir Ganiji. Emanuele Ratz just in front in the bright green with wingers of Christian Bloch and Gwendal Del Place. Emanuele Ratz takes the kick in. Good accuracy to try and fire it in between the chairs of Bloch and Gro Garcia into the space. Terralbo Sanchez slightly blindsided by that ball. Didn't see it roll out of play for a Switzerland kick in. Terralbo Sanchez met by Christian Bloch. 2-on-1 awarded by the referee in favour of our leaders, Spain. Next game on pitch B is Austria versus Switzerland at 2:30 local Swiss time. Hope you can all join us for that one in around half-hour time. On pitch B, Scotland will play Belgium live across the Goals Beyond Grass YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Twitch. Samuel Gro Garcia comes for the free kick. He has the option of Terralbo Sanchez on the line, who he fires it into. Can he find the gap in between his and Bakir Ganiji's chair? He can do that exactly. That makes it Switzerland 0, Spain 3. I did state how influential Samuel Gro Garcia can be when adopted in a more attacking position. As Emanuele Ratz comes to take the kick-off. Assured clearance up the field of play. Spain goal kick. Terralbo Sanchez into Sino Terribly. Intercepted by Bloch. Emanuele Ratz needs to turn her chair around to see the ball advancing into the penalty box of Switzerland. The referee awarding a 2-on-1. Didn't signal which way it's going. It looks like it's going to go in the favour of Spain. And Samuel Gro Garcia has the chance to pick a pass to either Sino Terribly, number 5 on the right, or Terralbo Sanchez taking a position once again in between the Swiss defenders of Bakir Ganiji and Emanuele Ratz. I suspect he's going to go to the left-hand side of Sanchez's chair, which he goes for, and it knocks off the front and creeps into that far side post. Another goal for Aaron Turalbo Sanchez. I believe that is his hat-trick here in this afternoon's fixture, as we've just creeped over into the afternoon here in Geneva, Switzerland. And the referee, Tony Christiansen, places the ball on the centre circle to get us underway once again. Emmanuel Rirat to take. Much better from Emmanuel Rirat to just clear the initial danger and avoid any Spanish chairs as she fires that ball into the Spain half. Sina Terribly to take. It's going to come all the way to Christian Block on the edge of the half. Sina Terribly down to Aaron Turalbo Sanchez. Couldn't get the control and it goes out for a Switzerland kick-in. Christian Block to take. Gwendo Del Place was an option until Sina Terribly limited it. It's going to have to go to Emmanuel Rirat in the centre. Just positions their chair a little more advanced to present that angle for the number 2. Sina Terribly going to try and clear the lines if he can wrap his chair to the right-hand side of the ball and keep it in place. A real opportunity. Evades Christian Block. He has Samuel Grogarcia in support. But good defending eventually by Switzerland. Samuel Grogarcia to take. Sina Terribly, rotated spin kick, couldn't get the angle and he fires it all the way back into the Spain half. Just getting a few words from his captain, Samuel Grogarcia. Can't let any complacency set in as they seek to advance up the EPFA Cup 2022 rankings and league table in this round robin stage. Christian Block to take. Gwendo Del Place down the left-hand wing as an option. Emmanuel Rirat just drops off. He opts to put it in the space, intercepted by Sina Terribly. Turalbo Sanchez fires it diagonally across the pitch, which did well to condense the Swiss defenders. 2-on-1, an indirect free kick will resume play. Samuel Grogarcia to take. Indirect free kick. Has to go via an opponent or teammate's chair before going over the line if it is to be registered as Spain's 5th. Turalbo Sanchez positioning his chair once again in between Bekir Ganiji and Emmanuel Rirat. And Grogarcia surely going to aim for the right-hand side of the number 2's chair. He does. And as suspected, Aaron Turalbo Sanchez, in almost a trademark goal for them in this fixture, makes it Switzerland 0, Spain 5. Grogarcia just controls that kickoff from Emmanuel Rirat. Just slowly advancing into the Swiss half. Taralbo Sanchez well marked on the left. Sina Terribly now taking a position in the centre. Has to be careful of his positioning and allow his captain the room. Goes all the way to Taralbo Sanchez looking for yet another goal. Just nicks off the left-hand post. And out for a Switzerland goal kick. Proved a real thorn in the side of Switzerland so far in this fixture. As Spain now ready, 2 changes coming on. It looks like they're going to introduce the number 7, Radwan Boujaboud, for the first time this game. He's come on in place of Manuel Hernandez Alcaide, who's been very isolated in that Spanish defensive box. And it looks like Camillo Nicolas Sina Terribly, the number 5, has also left the field of play as Victor Gilvidal also comes on. Gro Garcia to Taralbo Sanchez. Boujaboud, I'm sure, wanting another goal to his tally in this fixture. Christian Bloch has to be careful that he doesn't encroach into that penalty box. Sanchez does well to keep it in play. Very patient play from the Spanish number 2. Fires it back to Gro Garcia, has the option of Boujaboud. But now there's a chance here for Gwendal Del Plate if he can find the pace to connect with the ball. Unfortunately, he can't. Spain have to be careful of that, pushing so many players forward. Switzerland readying themselves for a change, and it will be the opposite of that they made in the first half. And it looks like Gabriele Panico will come on. Interesting to see as Gwendal Del Place leaves the field of play. It's going to be a double substitution as the number 10 Bekir Ganiji leaves. And on comes number 33, Mathieu Courvoisier, for the first time today. Just want to apologise if you are experiencing any technical difficulties. Our computers and streaming equipment as Mathieu Courvoisier tries to find the space at Victor Gilvidal's near side post. But the Spanish number 1 clears his lines. Sorry, as was mentioned, if there's any technical difficulties, it must be noted that it is extremely hot at the Centre Sportif de la Havre here in Geneva, Switzerland. So our streaming equipment and cameras have had a tendency to overheat. Samuel Gro Garcia into Boujaboud, has his first touch of the game, intercepted by Emmanuel Ratz. Just tries to feint to the right, has to go back to Gro Garcia, fires it back to the number 7 on the right hand side. Boujaboud, back to Garcia, back to Boujaboud. If he can get a rotated spin kick across the face of play, Taralbo Sanchez has to reverse to receive that ball, and met by Christian Bloch. Well played by Aaron Taralbo Sanchez, keeping the ball in play, maintaining that Spanish attack. Manuel Ratz puts up a Swiss wall in defence, eventually going out for a Switzerland goal kick. 6.5 minutes remaining. The second fixture of Pitch A in day 3 of the EPFA Cup 2022. Surely 3 points for Spain, who make it 7 points from their opening 3 fixtures, as Christian Bloch tries to work a chance for Switzerland, met by Aaron Taralbo Sanchez. Just trying to go to the left-hand side of that Switzerland goal. Samuel Garcia to take. Fires it into Aaron Sanchez, who tries to let it go all the way back to Radwan Boujeboud. The Swiss defenders very much alert to that tactic. We're going to get 3 in the box as Christian Bloch encroached on the penalty area of Switzerland. No part of his chair can enter that box designated with that yellow and black hazard tape. So Spain are going to have a free kick here just on the edge of the penalty box to register their 6th. It's the trademark. Aaron Sanchez positioning his chair in between the 2 Swiss defenders, trying to create an angle for Samuel Garcia to fire the ball into the side and in between his chair and Gabriele Panico. The accuracy has been fantastic so far in this style set piece. Should Gabriele Panico move forward to limit the room, there's the option for Radwan Boujeboud at the backside post. But looks like he's going to go straight for Traubo Sanchez, which he does. No touch from Traubo Sanchez that time. So it's going to be a Switzerland free kick. The idea was there. The accuracy not as much. Switzerland 0, Spain 5. Emmanuel Rat to take the free kick. Courvoisier there in support. Who she aims her pass towards. Spanish defenders condensed. Radwan Boujeboud didn't give his captain enough room. 2-on-1 in favour of Switzerland with 3.5 minutes remaining. Manuel Ratz intercepted by Garo Garcia. Ricochet between his and Christian Bloch's chair. Garo Garcia evades the initial challenge from Manuel Ratz. Radwan Boujeboud has to advance all the way over to the far side of the pitch to receive the ball from his captain. Christian Bloch tries to get in the way. A pick-off from Garo Garcia, cannot find Traubo Sanchez. He's going to have an opportunity here to find a gap in the Swiss defence to make it 6. Just lets that roll out of play for a Spanish corner kick. Spain ready in a change. It'll be Manuel Del Rey Coletto coming on in place of the very impressive Aaron Traubo Sanchez, the scorer of, I believe, 4 of Spain's 5 goals. So a fantastic opening fixture for the Spanish number 2. Samuel Garo Garcia to take. Puts it into the danger zone, a sure defending from Gabriele Panico. And Manuel Del Rey Coletto is unable to force a shot goal bound. Samuel Garo Garcia fires it to that near side post, but just rolls out of play without any contact from either a Spanish or Swiss chair. And as we tick over into the final minute of this fixture, Switzerland will resume play with a goal kick. Manuel Rat intercepted by Garo Garcia. Good positioning from Christian Bloch to prevent Gro Garcia's pass to Del Rey Coleto, who has the ball now. It's just gone to the back of Emmanuel Rat's chair. Real danger here for Switzerland. Miscommunication from Manuel Del Rey Coleto and Radwan Boujaboud on that right-hand wing. He was looking to evade that space as to not allow 2-on-1 infringement. But Del Rey Coleto had other ideas, leaving the ball to roll in his general direction. It goes out for a Swiss kick-in. Final few seconds of this game. Gro Garcia with the pick-off, sends it goal-bound. Panico's called into action, an assured clearance. He'll be happy with that one as we trickle into additional time. Radwan Boujaboud is going to try and go past block. That's good play from the number 2 for Switzerland. Courvoisier very isolated up top as the referee, Tony Christiansen, blows his whistle for full time. Despite that 5-0 defeat at the hands of Spain, Switzerland much improved from that of day 1 and day 2. So huge congratulations to them. Spain continue their ascent up the EPFA Cup 2022 table. And we will get you updated graphics and tables by the end of the day for your reference. Next up on pitch A at 2:30 local Swiss time, Austria versus Switzerland. See you shortly.